Okay, so we're going to do an example of a 90-degree, 3-inch diameter, 3-section elbow with a 3.5-inch centerline radius. Alright, so 1.5-inch radius. I'm going to use some basic geometric construction techniques to divide my circle up. So here we're using grid paper. It helps us a little bit, and a T-square. So I've got my 12 o'clock, my 6 o'clock, my 3 and my 9 o'clock. And then I'm going to use the same radius to get very close to breaking this up into 12. This is going to be a very close estimate of the 12 section division of a circle. Okay, right there. Now I'm going to draw these points down straight. I'm going to draw the bottom of my elbow right here. Now I'm going to set my radius to 3.5. So 3.5 for the center line. Do the outside of my elbow. It's about as far as my compass can reach. And the inside. Let me just cheat here a little bit. There we go. Alright, so we're going to make this a 3-section. So I'm going to come straight up here. And straight up here with my construction lines. Then I'm going to come straight out. Here. And here. And then I'm going to use a 45-degree triangle. Find the tangent point on my curve. Draw there, and then the same here. The tangent point on the curve to here, and then these will join from here to here, and here to here. I'm going to pause for a moment and darken that up. Okay, now I'm going to use a red point here and a red point here, a green point and a green point, and let's do a blue right here. I'm also going to number these. I'm just going to number it like a clock. So we're going to go 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and back to 12. So if I follow these lines down, this will be 12 and 6. This will be 1 and 5. This will be 2 and 4. This will be 11 and 7. This will be 10 and 8. And then, of course, this will be 9 o'clock. Now, this has a diameter of 3. So in order to get the circumference, which will be our flat layout or stretch out, we would do 3 multiplied by pi, right? Which I believe is going to give us about 9.43, I believe it is. Let me double check that. Yep, so we're pretty close, 9.42, 9.43, depending on how you round. So this would be this pattern laid out flat. If we were going to do it in CAD, we would probably use this. What I'm going to do for this instance is I am going to get it close. I'm just going to draw a line along here. And I'm going to measure in between these points. And remember, the more of these divisions that you do, the higher the resolution on this elbow will be, so the smoother it will be. We're just starting with a simple 12 division. So here is division 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now I'm actually going to start with, I'm going to start with 3. So this is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, and back to 3 right there. I'm going to go ahead and draw some vertical lines at each one of these. Remember, draw these lines lightly because we're just creating construction lines at this point. And then, of course, as well as the numbers, I've chosen to use colors. So 12 and 6 are going to be blue. So there's a blue and a blue. 2 and 4 are going to be red, and also 10 and 8. Then 11 and 7 are going to be green, 11 and 7, and also 1 and 5. And then 3 and 9 are going to be black, right? So there's black. Just a couple of different ways to keep up with it. Now, 3, which is here, we brought it down from here. This is the height of 3. We can measure the height of that with our compass. Then we can transfer it right here. Then we can go to 4. We can measure the height of 4 with our compass. And we can mark that height right here, so on and so forth. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my T-square, since I've got a straight edge here, and of course there is 4, there is 3, and here's 5, here's 6, 7, 8, 9, and then of course we start coming back down, right? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, and 3. So the parallel line for 3 is right here, and it is going to be black. And we've also got 9 that's going to be black, so I'm going to go ahead and fill that in just so we can see it a little better. And I'm going to do my reds. So 4 is going to be a red, 8 is going to be a red, 10 is a red, 2 is a red, greens, 5 is a green, and again these colors are just to help you visualize while you're learning this. And we have our blue. And there's that little wave shape of our first development. So this layout right here will actually cover us for this portion and this portion. Next, what we want to do is get this center section. So I'm actually going to divide this into 2, make it easy, a little easier. I've already marked the midpoints, so I'm going to just kind of put a center line through this, divide it into 2, and then you'll notice basically what you've got is another one of these. It's kind of the same thing that's going to be mirrored. But we'll go ahead and draw one anyway, and we'll draw it. I'm going to draw it up high here, so I'm going to put it like, I don't know, let's start here. Just draw a line again. I'm going to do the same divisions, so I'm going to set this on my same divisions that I had earlier. Okay. And of course I'm using grid paper, so I'll be able to use these lines to kind of help me keep stuff straight, and my T-square and such. I could go down here right now and go ahead and throw in some guidelines just to kind of help us. Okay. I guess we could start with the same number. I missed this, but we're going to call this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, and back to 3. So now, going to line 3 right here, and I'm going to measure from the center line out. So right there should be the same on both sides, right? I'm going to 3, I'm going to mark there, and I'm going to mark there. So my first line is going to actually be, it's a black line, number 3, from there to there. And then we can do the same on the opposite side, because we know that's 3 also. Right there, and right there. So we're going both sides of this center line on this one. Now we're going to go to line 2 and 4. We'll measure this with the compass. Try to be as accurate as possible. So there's 4. We're going to mark there and there. We're also going to mark 2 there and there. And of course we did this one in red, so I'm going to go ahead and color it while we go in this case. Red. Red. Measure my green. So green is going to be 1 and 5, right? So there's 5. Both sides. Then 1. And we'll go ahead and put the green lines in on that. Then we're going 6. 6 and 12. Measure this distance. And this line is going to be blue, right? So So now we're going to do 11 and 7, which is right here. Measure our distance from the center again right here. 7, right there, and then 11, right there, and right there. And we went back to blue, green on this one. So go ahead and color that one in. Again, you guys don't have to color these in. This is just to make it where you can see it a little bit easier to understand. Go to 10 and 8. Looks good. So 8 and 10, 8 and 10. And on this one we went to red. Then finally we have our number 9 line, which is right here. And we used black for that, so And there you have it. So this section will roll into this section of your 3-section, 90-degree, 3-inch diameter elbow with a 3.5-inch radius center line.